So I'm planting up a couple of potato buckets. What I've got here is 4 condor plants that were saved seed from last year's SSPC, and I'm going to stick 2 in each of these pots. This is a mixture of spent compost from hanging baskets, spent compost from potatoes, and just spent compost really from all over the garden. All I've added to it is a couple of scoopfuls of farmyard manure, and I'm adding some potato fertiliser, which is Vitex, just a standard Vitex potato fertiliser, and a handful of super phosphate, which is the NPK of this is 0.46 0, so there's nothing in it, it's just super phosphate. So hopefully we'll get some big ass tubers. So I'll just do these and then we'll decide what we're doing with the other pots, because I've still got all my SSPCs to get going. Give it a little tickle. And some of the good stuff. Don't need a lot of this. Well, I'm hoping we don't need a lot of this. And then I'm just going to bung the spuds in. I think that depth will be fine. So just a case of filling it up with some more crap compost. And this is crap. But as you know, potatoes will grow in anything. There's grit in here, there's roots in here, there's perlite in here, there's ants in here. There's pretty much everything in here. Well, there we go, there's an earwig in here as well. I'll get these filled up, then I'll bring it back when I pop them in. There's no point in you watching me fill these. Right, we've left a couple of inches at the top. That's simply because when I flood these with water, I don't want it running over the top of the bucket. I don't know how well this is going to drain. It might sit on the top. Look at that, I've actually got 2 shoots in that one. It's still going in there, as it is. Very nice. And I'll just stick them at angles to the handles. And that should be fine like that. Well, let's hope so. And these do produce a nice potato, these condors, which is exactly why I saved some from last year. Steve did pre-warn us actually to not eat them all, and he revealed the potato so that people could know that it's a decent one and they're worth keeping, because they can be quite hard to get hold of. These are quite dry. So they're going to get a good drink. There we go, 4 condors in. So this bucket, these are, this is going to be for manatee spuds. I've got 3 that I started in pots because it's been too cold to put anything else, so I started all my potatoes in pots. So I'm going to stick 3 of these in here because I've only got 3. I'm going to put 2 in the bottom and I'm going to stick 1 in the middle at a higher level. So it's going to be the same process, just some fertiliser. There's ants everywhere. Bit of that. And just a touch of the superphosphate. I'm not going to overdo it. just going to stick a handful of 6X in there and give it a little mix. It should keep them ticking over. These are, they're just shooting, literally just sprouting, so they'll be fine. So I'll just pop it out. There's a few roots there. There it is, if you can see it. Just sprouting. So I'm just going to stick that in there. And same with the other one. That'll be fine. And I'll just cover them up and stick another one in the centre, about so high. We'll see how they go on. Don't know how these are going to perform against this wall because it doesn't get sun. It gets sun till about lunchtime, and then it gets no sun. So that's why I've put these here and not the SSPCs. I need the SSPCs in the sun. So we'll see how these get on, guys, and we'll have a look in a few months. So the greenhouse is now clear, all the racks out, all the plants are out. I think we've had our last frost, it's warming up nicely now. As you can see in here, we've got a couple of trays down. I'm literally going to have 6 plants in here, I think, 3 tomatoes, and we'll have 3 cucumbers over there. These are 12-litre buckets. And what I've done is I've just rigged up a very cheap irrigation system in here that runs out of a 25-gallon drum outside, and that should happily feed the tomatoes when I'm not about. Not feed them, water them. That's about 25 quid, that irrigation. So it's only got to feed 6 plants, so it should do the job okay. So I'm going to get these tomatoes, make a mix up, and get them in here because they're dying to be put in bigger pots. Right, so these are the plants. These are Rapunzel. Never grown these before. These are indeterminate or cordon. Long trusses of cherries. They look nice in the picture. I thought I'd give them a try. You can see they're already starting to flower, and they just need to get out really. So this mix is literally some quite cheap bagged box standard multi-purpose. I've mixed in a little bit of professional potting mix and about, I don't know, 2 litres of farmyard manure, bit of fresh bud and bone. And I've just sunk a pot in there just to give it the shape, which is the same size as the pot tomatoes in. I'm doing a string method this year. I normally put canes in, but because I've got no way of supporting them in the buckets, it doesn't really work very well, so hopefully this should do the job. And obviously I won't be, I'll be feeding these as well as the irrigation. These are really dry at the minute, so the irrigation won't be going on until the cucumbers go in, which is going to be at least a week, if not 2. Pretty good roots. Let's pop it in. And again, we're going quite deep. because you can with tomatoes. That should be fine. There's a good couple of inches at the top of this pot. I can put some more soil on and go a bit deeper with it. It's going to sink anyway, so I'm going to give it a good drink, as well as the other two when I put them in. Let it sink and then I'll top it up. That's 3 tomatoes planted up. Rapunzel. It's literally cooking in this greenhouse now. It's 19th of May and it's mid-20s already. It's only just gone 10 o'clock. But there you go, there's one job done. I've got some onions to pull out because I've got the seed. So these are the onions I planted months ago from sets and overwintered. And as you can see, they're starting to go to seed now, which is fine. I knew they'd only be small onions anyway because they're packed quite tightly in here, but they're still edible. They're good eaters. So if I get these out, dry them off in this heat, I can put something else in here. Bonus. So now I've got this free bed. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put a couple of the giant onions in here. These are bottomless pots. They're just 10-litre pots with the bottoms cut off. I used these for my tomatoes years ago, and then I bought halos, so I kept them. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop an Alsay in there and a Joe Atherton in there. This gets the sun most of the day. It's really the hot corner, so I really don't know how that's going to go down with them, but I've got nowhere to put these onions, so this is a space. This is now an onion space. So, bottomless pots. I've put some onion fertiliser in this bed, dressed it in, and I'm going to fill this with 50-50 mix of box standard multi-purpose and 50% John Innes number 2 with a bit more fertiliser mixed in. And we'll stick one in each and we'll see how we get on with it. What could go wrong? Feel a bit dry. Whoa, whoa, that's some serious rootage. I think these will be happy to get in here. Pleased with those though. It's crumbling a little bit, but let's get it in. And then all we've got to do is support it. I'll take this flag off here. There we go. So that's that one. I'll get the other one in, put some supports in, and show you what it looks like. So there we are, there's the onions, all in. And I've put this, I've obviously got a support down the centre, and these big frames I've put around. These are just poles from the old flyaway greenhouses that I keep, because they come in handy for things like this. So, you know, if they do get big, the flags can hang over the sides. So I think that will do, guys. See how we get on. But anyway, I'll show you what else I've done here. Flashed up this. Put my Brussels in. So I've just lashed up a net cage. Doesn't look pretty. Stole this idea off Pete. This is just canes with the hose pipe for the corners. So you just bend it around and push your canes in. The only thing I've done different is I've put some metal, the greenhouse poles that I've just showed you, to actually put the stakes in, because obviously there's concrete under these beds. So the canes are just going to wobble about a bit. So with a metal pole in each corner to put the cane in, gives it a bit more stability. So that's pretty good. Brussels looking happy in there. I'll show you the beans. because they're still there. Now, the first night I did have 2 snails on here, but I'm thinking they were probably in this bed before I put the mesh around, hiding under this lip. I've seen no snails since, and I've been out here every night. They are getting eaten though, not massively. If this was snails or slugs, these would be twigs now. They'd demolish them in one sitting, which happened last year. But they are getting eaten, and they're getting eaten by woodlouse. I'll pop a picture up. They're definitely, I didn't expect woodlouse to be munching away at my beans, but they are. But I can't really keep them out of here, because they can crawl under the mesh. So I think we'll have to put up with them, but I'll just keep an eye on them. But as long as they're growing, it's a win-win. So this deterrent for snails definitely works, I think, because I've not found any since the first night. So happy days. Right, that is it. It's boiling hot. I've got so much stuff to do. I've got to crack on. We've got quite a bit done. I've got loads of footage for next week. I'm pretty happy with the way everything's going at the minute. It's just chaotic because it's planting out time, and I've got so much stuff to put out and nowhere to put it really, so I'm just sticking it wherever. I have planted up the wall planter over there. I didn't show you that, but I can show you that next week. So I'm going to get on, get a bit more stuff done. I've got to have a look at the potatoes. That'll probably be in next week's video. The SSPCs, and I've got to get all my dahlias out and the rest of the giant onions. So loads to be getting on with, guys. I hope you're getting some nice weather as well. I could really do with it raining again though, because we had 3 days of rain. Water butt's empty, so, well, both of them. So anyway, guys, enjoy the weather if you're getting some, and I will hopefully see you next week. Please hit the like button and consider subscribing. Thanks for watching.